Big Daddy Kane has a pre-order of Dickie jackets going. You'll only hear it live right now because later when this comes out, it will already be over. So if you're watching live and a patron member, it is the jacket so many of you have asked about. And he's got a pre-order going. This idea is open for 1 week. It started a couple days ago, and then they will be made. Estimate total time 4 weeks, but that's just an estimate. These will be Navy Dickie Ike unlined jackets. They will have the same design as our t-shirts, our basic biker media on the front, logo on the back. He's posted some pictures in the private Facebook group. $80 small to XL, $83 for 2 to 4XL. So he's pricing these just a little over a cost to cover the government share and shipping that is free to the lower 48. So please don't use your patron discounts on this. We can't accept it because they're right at cost. You guys know in the private Facebook group, you get the special codes for the store to get stuff at a discount. There you go. Check that out. Lurch?
Yeah.
You didn't bring my tools in like you were supposed to.
Son of a bitch, I'll go get them.
Go get it. And then Lurch completely film it and then we'll go. That's fine. All right, let's do this. Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and brand new line for all new Honda Goldwing. That's right, named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero and Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products. There you go. I do have an announcement I want to announce. It's kind of a cool thing we did today, but let me announce this real quick. So this might interest you. Rolling to a halt. Memorial Day motorcycle rally ends. It was just a little one. That's fine. So anyways, back to it. Rolling to a halt. Memorial Day motorcycle rally ends. 30-year tradition. Roll on no more. After a 3-decade run, a veteran advocacy group will hold its last motorcycle demonstration ride called Rolling Thunder in the U.S. Capitol this Memorial Day weekend. The nonprofit that organizes the rally, Rolling Thunder Incorporated, was founded in the late 1980s to bring public attention to prisoners of war and those missing in action, and to hold the government to account for veterans who never made it home. And it goes on just to basically say that we signed basically a blank check that said, I'll give you up to and including, that's not the one I want. The nonprofit that organizes rally basically said they're going to put the money, from what I'm reading here, towards other stuff. It got really big and really difficult to organize. They're still a lot of that money is still going to get filtered, but just in a different way. I'll leave the article at that, but I wanted to announce that. It's kind of sad. It's been going for a long time.
Long time.
It's just a great cause. And of course I never got to go to it, but we've heard about it. And so, yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, if you were going to that event or planning on, it is officially done. Kaput.
Wow.
Did a live today, guys. You guys are seeing them besides that YouTube live video. If you want to see this more, Big Daddy Kane just brought these to the store. Of course, we have our regular Cruise Tool RTH3 kit, which is the a lot of the tools that you'll need for a roadside breakdown. We have those in the store in stock. And then we brought this on. We thought this was really cool, and I'm carrying this now rolled up. Lurch just unrolled it there. And I also put this in, and it's got, this is our Outbacker. It's from Cruise Tools, and I don't know how well you can see it. I'll hold it up, but it's a multi-tool. It's very reasonably priced. It fits in my pocket, and it's got Allens and your T27s and T25s that we use on Harley. Don't forget, all you metric guys out there, if you're listening later in podcast format, you can check the store, but all our metric guys and Honda Goldwingers and all that, we've got a metric coming too. They'll be in stock soon. But screwdrivers, it's even got sockets and a socket drive on it. I'm trying to hold this up so I'm getting blocked. I should have transitioned to me only, but that'll give you an idea. It's got lots of different tools, but again, just wanted to show that to you. It is a brand new item in the store. We're really excited to bring it. We do believe in it. We're all going to be carrying it on our trip in our saddlebags coming up here at our patron meetup event and our ride and all that. And then we also brought, y'all know these, I don't need to say too much about it, but that is a 12-inch hose on a...
That's what she said.
I knew that was coming. One for Lurch. So, but the nice thing about this is different people make them. It's reasonably priced. It has the, to get in that rear tire, it's got the 12-inch hose. It's a tire pressure gauge for those listening in podcast format later. And it's got your gauge up there from Cruise Tools. Nice thing is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a complete rubber cap around it. So if you drop it, it's probably going to withstand it and bounce instead of dent and ding. That's a brand new item. Trying to up the store, of course, for you guys. And a lot of these things we bring are because we get tons of emails and we try to track what do you guys want and what should we bring to the store. First aid kits is another one that came up recently. We are working with somebody to try to see if we can test and bring some good first aid kits to you guys for saddlebags, some compact. Last, and we'll get going. This is the new hat you all asked for. I don't have my other version. It was, we still have some left in stock. They're the trucker hat more. They're like this, but
they have a mesh on the back of them.
Yeah, mesh. Standard mesh on the back. And they're really cool. And I have a few, and we still have a few left in stock. But this seems like what everybody kind of wanted us to move to and requesting. So this is an all cloth, similar to the one, that I'm wearing right here. But of course, so that we make sure it fits everybody, it's got the adjustable Velcro back. So there you go. That is in stock because I was just down at the store and helped put a bunch of those on. I got to be careful of bouncing the table because it moves the cameras, but that is down in the store on the shelf. So with that said, let's finish up, and we got a great topic for you guys today. Oh yeah, Rick Rack. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and get hooked up now.
Rick Rack.
Big thanks to Rick Rack, who just this week re-upped their sponsorship because they care about the Law Abiding Biker podcast and YouTube channel. They care about the community. Shane down there didn't even hesitate re-upping for another several month sponsorship of this podcast. Whew. That was a big opener.
Yes, it was.
We got Scooter. You guys
I'm back.
You see, Scooter's back.
Scooter forever.
I don't know that we ever got a song for him.
No, I think we kind of
did.
landed on the Scooter Forever, the little techno thing, but
I know, dude.
you recommended one, but
I can't
recommend your own song.
Correct.
That away.
We failed. All right, let's dive in. Oh, yeah. Pablo Calcerada, who's in the live chat, made this song, guys.
I like that.
Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholic. Where is that not? Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority. The Big MM, also known as the
99%.
He studied, baby. He studied.
You know he did. I saw it on his notepad.
Yeah. See if he can get the rest of them.
Large
And in charge
of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By listening to this very podcast, by being here, you are part of what we call
hashtag Biker Revolution.
Nicely done, dude. Nicely done. That's right. We do have just one question for you before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Let's mount up and take you on another wild ass ride.
Close.
Dang, dude.
Close.
I'm going to give him props.
I think that's
man.
close enough.
I think so.
I'll
think
bet
so.
900.
Very, very nice, dude. Oh, yeah. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and your
High-tech redneck.
very nice. So, if you heard a few glitches in the opening there, have mercy on me. After many, many years of using the same equipment, we transitioned to, I think, a better system, but I haven't had much practice with it. I'm not going to lie to you. And so we'll kind of see how this goes. Hopefully I won't muff it too bad. But I am getting used to it, which is interesting, Lurch, because that song should have, in all my practice, it should have faded without that. I'm just saying, dude. And it didn't.
Well, not bad. I mean, you're still working it all out.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, let's move on. Let me do this.
What did you get? Russell Roberts would like to know what you got when you're talking about your sound thingy there.
Let me try this real quick just for Russell. Yeah, see, it should have faded. All right, it didn't. So, Russell, what I ended up going with, bro, is I got rid of that whole rack of equipment. And when I saw this thing, I was like, the bar for podcast entry is much lower than when I got started, let me tell you, because we piece stuff together, different music equipment, mixers and limiter gates. It is the Rodecaster Pro. And I eliminated everything because the Rodecaster Pro, Russell, has everything in that big rack. And I used to have, you've seen it, all in this unit. And it is amazing. And I will get better at using it, but it is amazing. The Rodecaster Pro. Not a cheap piece of equipment, but I'm selling all the other stuff on eBay as we speak. And we should be able to recuperate most of the investment on this new mixer board. Okay. I knew Russell would want to know. So there you go. So main topic today, guys, is a lot of stuff going on with I got to quit banging that. A lot of stuff going on with Harley warranties. We did an episode in the past. That's when the Milwaukee-Eight first came out. And honestly, we researched. There was not a lot of information even from dealerships. There have been a lot of changes. I have done a ton of research for you, as usual, prepping for this, including emails and talking to people in person. I'm also going to do a YouTube video on the channel, hopefully sometime in the next week or so, also talking about this subject matter. But we will update you everything you need to know about your warranty and what works and what doesn't work and what you should be careful of. And we're just going to have a roundhouse. And I know these guys have done some research of their own. Scooter did some really good notes on a piece of paper.
Yeah, where is
your
your piece of paper and your pen?
I left it.
Did you put it into digital format, or did you just completely forget it?
No, I left it.
Oh, what a
Like
shit
I said,
show.
I told you I was a little hungover from last night.
What a
But he
shit
memorized all
show.
his lines.
I hope so. Well, yeah, he did do that.
I forgot the notes.
Scooter is in the house.
How
too
embarrassing.
No, get fucking used to it.
Well, I guess we get what we pay for, eh?
Right.
Shit
Right.
ain't cheap.
Coors. It's expensive. We got dinner, though.
The old yard beer.
But we got, of course, Scooter. We don't have a song for him, but of course, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is in rare form. So we are going to dive in because we do have a lot to talk about. I appreciate all the patron members. This is a live patron only video broadcast and chat and all that. And we want to feel free to chime in. I see a lot of chat going on there. This episode, of course, we love our sponsors, but these people also sponsor us and make this podcast possible. We want to thank the following patrons.
We have Greg Sampson of DeForest, Wisconsin. Greg Otter of, I don't know what the hell that is, Okanamawaka, Wisconsin. He's top tier. Brian Fleming. Brian Flamino of Lino Lakes, Minnesota. Also top tier.
Let me see. We got Evan. Oh, you leave me that fucked up name?
Well, shit, you saw I had Okanakamaka.
Evan Simonoko of Romulus, Michigan. You got James Shinabarger from Katy, Texas. And James Shoup of Heber Springs, Arkansas.
There
Joe,
you go.
you got that one?
You go.
Joe Pace of Camawela, you say it. Camawela, Hawaii, top tier. Jim Rosado of Harwick, Mass. And Timothy Murphy of Tupelo, Mississippi.
Hopefully you got those state abbreviations because you didn't write the state in.
Oh, don't even do that to me. That's you. I always put them in. I read them out fully now.
I think you're wrong.
Bullshit.
Those
You
are
keep telling me that. You keep trying to blame that crap on me.
I think those are from a long time ago.
No.
Just saying before we had the talk.
Like a year ago, you're like, hey, why don't you write out that? Because sometimes it's hard to remember.
It's true.
I do it every time I write
it's
it out.
Lurch's fault.
Oh, bullshit.
LawabidingBiker.com
You copying and pasting from the email.
Patreon, Patreon, pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. Benefits, of course, stickers, t-shirts, access to that private Facebook group, live broadcast, video chat, up to access to our premium videos up on request.
Trying to blame me for your half-ass work. Nice try.
Oh, dude. Usually you're not here and I can blame you, dude. So it actually works better, you know? So, all right, guys, let's dive in. And again, thanks for being here, guys. I hope this subject matter. So who wants to open it up here? We've just got a ton to talk about that we need to go. So you want me to open it up?
Yeah, get it rolling.
Please stop me because I'll just go with everything, dude. At some point when you want it. Let me just open it up. So
you open it up and then we'll have a conversation.
With the new Milwaukee-Eight, guys, like I said, we already did a podcast past. Some of that information is correct, and it was correct at the time. But we've been seeing a lot of this and getting a lot of questions, and it seems like it's kind of squared away now. You may not agree with it, but at least it seems to be more common knowledge. So this won't affect it. It'll kind of affect more of the Milwaukee-Eight because we could go down a rabbit hole on this. It'll affect more of the Milwaukee-Eight NOM, which came out on 2017 and newer models. But there'll still be bits and pieces in here to be aware of for pre-Milwaukee-Eight motors. So one of the things is, I guess I'll start by saying, all of you guys, when you buy a bike, this is even pre-2017, I want to make sure we use the right terminology, basically, because there's a lot of confusion. There's been a few YouTube videos on it, and it's kind of wrong information if you've seen some of those, and or the right terminology isn't used, and it's bits and pieces. So we'll try to stick to the right terminology. But your manufacturer's warranty, we all get that. You just bought a new bike, 2 years.
2 years.
Right?
Yep.
And what year's your bike?
18.
So we got a guy right here, Scooter, in the studio, and that has a 2018, and so he does have the Milwaukee-Eight.
And I bought the 3-year extended on it as well.
All right, get that mic right up there.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're
Pretend you're with your boyfriend.
Project-
get it up in your face.
project that voice. There you go. Be confident
Is that
here.
better?
Oh, be confident. Be confident. All right. So when you bought your bike, tell me this. This is a good way to open up. So let's talk about manufacturer's warranty. We just squared away 2 years. That's your basic. It comes with all of them. That's your motor blows, your tranny blows, or something else that wasn't your fault, that you can prove wasn't your fault. So if they have, something going on, they're like, yeah, that just shouldn't have, you only got 3,000 miles and that tranny shouldn't have went. That's a defective tranny and all that kind of stuff. You guys know what a manufacturer's warranty is. So tell me about your experience there. And you bought something extra, right?
Yeah. I ended up buying the extended warranty, which was another 3 years on top of the manufacturer's for 2. And so far, I've got just under 5,000, and I haven't.
But what did they explain to you though at the time? How comfortable were you with understanding at that time before I sent you the show notes and you did any research of your own? What was your understanding? Were you aware of some of the things that are in these notes that I brought up?
No, there for a bit. Now that I look back, a little bit of touched it, but then moved on real quick.
At the time of purchase,
when I got it. Yeah, they didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. Just talked about wanting to sell the other end of it as well. So,
right. And that's what warranties are. Let's all be clear. I'm not saying they're bad at this point. I'll give you my opinion later, dependent on the circumstances.
They sell them because they make money on them.
Correct.
They're hoping that
they're making an assload of money on them.
They hope that they're betting on the fact that they're not going to have to cash in. You're not going to cash in on that. Your bike's going to make it that 5 years and you'll never use it.
2 years, but the extended, right? Well, yeah, right. Yeah.
The extended. Yeah.
Right. That's a good point. Why don't you bring that up and explain that? You guys need to be aware of this. Maybe you're not sure what I'm talking about. Basically, something you need to be aware of. So Scooter just alluded to it. If you have a 2 years manufacturer warranty, a lot of guys don't know that. And then you buy a 3-year extended, let's use that because it's not an extended warranty. They call it an extended service plan. Call it a warranty if you want, but we want to use the right terminology. That means it's 5 years because that 3-year doesn't kick in until the end of your 2 years manufacturer warranty. A lot of people are confused about that.
Yeah.
They also have a 5-year. So theoretically, if you buy the 5-year extended service plan, you could theoretically have a warranty for 7 years.
Right.
So I'll try to sell you both. Do you remember what the cost was on your 3-year?
Oh, shit.
Probably wasn't that much.
I don't want to say 1,500 maybe.
Really?
A little less, 1,200, something like that.
Okay. I don't know.
It's been too long. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Been too long. If anybody in the chat knows if you've bought a 3-year recently, let us know what the cost was. But still, it's a substantial amount of cash. They work it into the financing of the bike and all that. And like Scooter says, they'll move quick through it. And most people are so excited about their new bike. Honestly, You don't listen to a lot of it. You just hope Harley will take care of you, honestly, right?
Right.
I mean, we do that with a lot of agreements. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe some of you who are attorneys.
Rick bought a 3-year, it was $1,250. And Russ bought the 5-year extended for $2,600, which that's what I bought when I got my bike. Because I remember mine being over $2,000, so I bought the 5-year extended.
When you say Rick, is that Big Daddy?
Rick, Big Daddy Kane. He said he did the 3-year for $1,250.
Okay, that's interesting.
And when you're talking about buying a $28,000 bike, what is that? I mean, it doesn't change your payment much,
right?
And then you have some peace of mind. But they're betting on that you'll never need it.
You may not have peace of mind after this podcast,
right?
But yes, you're right.
Potentially.
And Big Daddy said he got trip protection. Greg Bunomo in chat says 5 years plus tires and wheels, about $1,300 in 2015. Okay, thanks guys.
That's a good deal
for popping up. And so it is. And again, everybody has to make up their whole mind. But hopefully, after what you learn here, and again, I'm going to do a really precise YouTube video on it. But hopefully, you'll be able to make at least an educated decision, because I don't know that I was ever educated before. And again, it has gotten stricter and tighter on that. So that opens it up. You want to go from anybody want to go from there?
Well, when you're buying your bike and you start looking at accessories, they're really quick to push on all the Screamin Eagle parts, because they'll tell you that if you buy it within the first 60 days and have it put on by the manufacturer or the dealer, that they'll warranty everything. So they really push their product.
Mm-hmm. Good. So let me break that down a little bit. You'll hear a lot, and that's one of the things you'll hear. What is this install, this 60-day? Everybody hears about this 60-day thing, especially with the new Milwaukee-Eight motors. You got to do it within 60 days. I was totally confused on some of this stuff, and so are a lot of people. So here's the fact of the matter. And I was like, why is 60 days so damn important? So here's what Harley-Davidson has done. I talked to service writers on this, so this is valid information. The reason the 60 days, and you can pipe in too, Scooter, anytime you did research on this. The reason the 60 days is so important is because that's just what Harley has chosen. Okay. If you do it within those 60 days, so number one, you have to have HD parts. So you have to have Screamin Eagle parts. We'll break that down. I don't think they're any better than any other parts. They're just priced more. The Harley tax. That's why I don't use Screamin Eagle parts personally. But they got to be genuine HD parts. And if you do it within this first 60 days, all right, of a new bike ownership. So we're not talking about buying an used bike at the dealership. This is a new bike, and and you also can't put the parts on yourself. So HD parts, dealership mechanic doing it. You can also a lot of times finance it in there. Okay. So that might be important for some people, is finance it in there. But if you have them do that within that first 60 days, those are warranted everything. So if you do the 2 years manufacturer warranty, those parts are going to be warranted for not only parts, but labor. All right. So if you add the 3-year extended service plan, they're also warranted. This is the way it was told by a couple mechanics at Harley. It is as if you bought the bike that way.
With those parts.
Right?
Yep.
So that I was like, that's actually a really good way to put it. So it's all covered. All right. And so that's why the other important thing, and this is another term we want to get correct, is a sales and warranty registration. That's referred to in the industry as an SWR. And so what happens is when they do that all up front on the bike, that goes directly to the VIN of your bike, and it stays with the history of that bike, even through other owners. So if you sell it, it's all going to be attached to that VIN. When they do it outside that 60 days and you're doing different service to your bike, that doesn't always get attached the way it was explained to me. It doesn't necessarily get attached to your VIN and show a history for that bike. So you may not have all that information. And because it's attached to the VIN, let's just face it, there's dealerships that don't do everything the same, and it doesn't necessarily have to be attached to your VIN. So because it's done here, everything that was within that first 60 days, because it's the SWR, the sales and warranty registration, it tracks that bike for the life, especially if one of the parts was to go bad and it got covered under warranty. It's kind of like a certificate that keeps going with that bike, and those parts were originally installed. All right. And like I say, you can often finance those Screamin Eagle parts. Okay. Now there's going to be some questions that arise to this. Okay. Okay. Do you want to jump in, anybody, or do you want me to?
Well, I'll just bring this up and see what you think. But part of that whole 60-day thing is probably just to get you to buy it right off the get-go and buy it when you buy the bike. Buy those parts when you buy the bike because it's easy to get you then, right?
Correct.
You're adding it on. Hey, we can finance you. You don't want to make your payment go up a few bucks a month. It's a lot easier to buy. So to me, it almost seems a bit of a sales gimmick to me personally to put that 60 days on there and almost, give you the incentive.
Stressing a deadline.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you buy these parts 60 days and you buy our genuine parts, we'll
use our
them.
mechanics.
Use our mechanics. I mean, they're pushing it all back towards them so they can sell it all.
Yep. I agree. And I also think that for them to do that within the first 60 days, they know the motor's still fresh and you haven't really probably. It's less risk than doing it a year out. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
One of the comments in here, which I was going to bring up, but because it's in here, I'm gonna say it now.
Please do.
Lone Wolf, which is a dealership in Washington and Spokane, says pretty much anything you buy, including custom dynamic lights, if you buy it at the time of purchase, they'll warranty it. I don't know that that's a warranty then through Harley, but that may be a warranty through the dealer. A lot of dealers will put on aftermarket parts and warranty them if you buy them from them and they install them.
Yeah, good point.
So I don't think that that's a warranty that they're going through the dealership with or through the dealer or through the warranty program. They're just they'll keep track of what they put on it. And if you come in, they're just going to take stock off of their own floor and put it on
and
there.
Send it back to the distributor and say, hey, your shit went bad, warranty it. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, good point. And I was definitely told that it has to be by multiple service writers, that it has to be HD SE parts for that.
To go through the warranty process.
Through their, right. But they'll still, they're
through the mothership's warranty process versus each dealer may do something a little bit differently.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes total sense. Good comments in there. So just remember, if you're wondering what you got at the time, look at your warranty plan. And some guys are confused about that. If it has the 5-year box checked, it means you got a 2-year with a 3-year. If it's the 7, so you get it. Some guys are like, I bought the 5-year warranty. No, you didn't. You bought a 3-year.
You extended your 2-year by 3 years.
So be aware of that. That's some confusion that I ran into. So all HD parts and accessories can be registered under this custom coverage, which is our SWR, available in the first 60 days of ownership. So like I say, potentially you can have all your Screamin Eagle engine work covered for 7 years. If you got that 2-year and the 5-year extended service plan, you could technically add 7 years coverage. And then as long as you don't exceed 75,000 miles, which your warranty would be over, you can renew your warranty for an additional 5 years. For a total of 12 years, risk-free, basically engine work, on labor, work and labor on your parts. Again, that can vary a little bit. Obviously, if they're doing the Screamin Eagle, they have to say that it was a Screamin Eagle part that went bad and it's not there's some component that didn't have with the Screamin Eagle. I know that gets a little bit shady, but essentially you could have a lot of work done if you wanted to pay, if you were going to have your bike for 12 years. So that's something you have to take into account too, right?
Yeah, there's a bit of a peace of mind there to have all that warranty. It's just whether or not you want to pay that Harley tax and buy those expensive parts that aren't as good as aftermarket parts, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I agree. And I want to break some of that down too. I think their parts, the Screamin Eagle parts, are fine. I just don't think they're definitely not better than anybody else, but they're as good. Screamin Eagle pipes, to me, they're as good as Vance and Hines. They're just more expensive.
Quieter.
Yeah, quieter. As far as quality made,
their quality is just,
for all we know, Vance and Hines may be making them for them, and they're white. Somebody makes all Screamin Eagle stuff, and they're just labeling it Harley.
When I meant better, I guess I didn't necessarily mean better quality. Just when you look at Reinhardt and Vance and Hines, it's just a better sounding exhaust. Now the quality may not be any different than Screamin Eagle. From what I've seen of the Screamin Eagle stuff, the quality is fine. It's just, especially when you come to the exhaust, it's awfully damn quiet. It's a lot of money for not much change. No.
Right. And I do want to talk about some of that EPA stuff, because that's kind of a excuse that's used a lot. And we're not going to say whether it's valid or not. I'm not even going to say it's an excuse. Actually, it has some validity. Yeah. Talk?
Oh, I'm just, I was talking to a buddy of mine today who's got a big Dodge diesel, and we were kind of talking about that as well. And, the Dodges and the diesel manufacturers have been doing that kind of thing as far as, putting aftermarket chips in it. They void the warranty right then and there. It's something that's been going on for a long time now. I think it's just catching up, or it's becoming more relevant with the Harleys.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point. It has been going on with all the diesel mods, straight up when you're chipping them and doing all that kind of stuff.
Hey, you know what? I like what Anthony Peters has to say. I roll the dice and rely on my own hands and lab videos.
Attaboy. You may hear me say something similar. I'm just teasing. You just need to come sit here and grab a mic. Yeah, that's perfect. No,
today's on the edge.
Well, I'll save this for later.
I do. At the end, I want to do our thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, I was about to give mine right now, and it's too early.
Yeah, good. I do want to.
I called it back. I recall my opinion.
Write it down.
Oh, I have it in my head.
All right. Whatever. You also had in your head that you're going to bring out my tools so that I would have this ready for the podcast.
We saw how that worked out.
You told me to remember to get your tools, so you can screw yourself, sir. You didn't remember either.
One for me. That's because I told you to remember for me on the way.
Exactly.
All right. We're going to have a brawl in here, I'm just saying.
Jack wagon.
Me and Lurch have had a long day working here for you guys in the Law Abiding Biker studio. So, all right. So, with that said, one of the question arises, and this is the big one that's really confusing on some other people that have tried to do videos that I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So you ask, I buy a new I'm scooter, and I buy myself a new 2018 Street Glide. And, I don't want to work it into my loan, and I don't necessarily have the coin to do this within the first 60 days. All right. But I want to do a stage 4, but I'm at 90 days and I'm outside my sales. What is it? Sales I forgot already.
Sales and warranty registration.
Yeah. SWR. So I can't do it. What's the consequence? So here's the easiest way to put it.
I'm screwed.
Well, kinda. You are.
Yeah.
It won't void your warranty as long as you have a Harley-Davidson dealership mechanic do it, and you buy HD Screamin Eagle parts, only a stage 4 Screamin Eagle. What happens is it doesn't void your warranty. The Screamin Eagle install on that stage 4 has a 1-year parts warranty that comes with that Screamin Eagle. So those parts are covered for the first year. Okay? Parts, not labor. So if something breaks, you're not the dealership mechanics are going to charge you to get in there to get the parts and replace the broken parts. Your warranty will go on as it is, but be aware anytime it's linked to a and that's where the dealerships have a little bit of like they get to decide a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah,
was it the stage 4 parts, or was this another part component of the motor that had nothing to do with the stage 4? Well, that would fall under the regular warranty, and they would pay for the mechanics to do it, but they wouldn't pay if it was this for them to fix it, if it was directly related to the Screamin Eagle installed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's hard to say because it wasn't explained well on some other online places. So that's the beautiful part is if you're I don't want to touch my bike. I want warranty. I want Screamin Eagle parts and only mechanics to touch my bike. Then really it's a bonus to do it in that 60 days because you get, as long as you extend that warranty, that service plan, parts and labor are going to be covered on that. So, yeah. Good.
Makes sense.
Well put, sir.
All right.
Well explained.
I'm always thinking in my head, like, does that make any sense at all? Because I had to wrap my head around it, talking to him and trying to get him to say it in a way that was understandable for me. So again, you can do the stage 4, just you get the 1-year parts warranty, and you're just not going to have any, you're going to have to pay mechanics if they ever have to get back in. And I want to talk about that a little bit too. We will get to it and the EPA, and, we're talking pipes, Screamin Eagle pipes, exhaust slip-ons, intakes, which is kind of, to me, a bit different than a stage 4 install. but we'll get to that. All right. Can you do this? Do you want to do this? Either of you?
All right. Where do I start?
Well, just
Are you searching for the easiest and the quickest detachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that come loose and slap your paint.
Slap your paint.
Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack systems. This father-son team designed something really special that you cannot find anywhere else. Yep, and these guys ride, so they truly understand the needs of the biker. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you use Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics? Head over to Law Abiding Biker Store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags.
And I know for a fact, Big Daddy Kane hasn't been stocked because I had to help him stack all that. We moved a lot of you may have followed our live YouTube this week. We moved our store to a different facility, and we had to stack up all those Rick Rack quick detach luggage system. And Big Daddy had them on the shelves, and I was like, dude, they're taking up a lot of space. Let's move all these boxes over to the corner. And we stacked them to the ceiling, and we were just down there organizing. It's on the YouTube channel if you guys want to check out our move. It was just a quick live. I'm going to do an edited version of that video too in 4K. I have it in the edit right now, and hopefully that will be out soon. So let's see. All right. That was pretty good there, Scooter.
Yeah, damn good.
I mean,
getting
I
better.
wouldn't say damn good.
Oh, no.
But
For
I
his
mean,
first time, I mean, I'd say damn good.
Right.
If you put it on a sliding scale,
if you,
right? I mean, considering it was his first go.
Yeah. I don't know if
I thought you did. I thought you did good.
I did it too.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's not his first rodeo.
Oh, all right, then you sucked.
You edited the damn episodes. You didn't hear them.
No, I don't really listen that well anymore when I
My editor, my audio editor doesn't really listen.
I listen, but I don't always
Great.
I don't always listen for content. I'm listening for the audio. You know what I mean? When somebody goes,
Right.
I'll clean that up.
Or you listen for me going
something.
edit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm listening, but a lot of times I'm doing emails and other stuff at the same time. I'm listening for something that doesn't sound right. When I hear that, I know what it is, like a lip smack or somebody having a brain fart and putting too many uhs together, or just something goes wrong with the audio, or levels need to come up. If Scott doesn't have his mouth up to the microphone, I need to raise his audio level a little bit. That kind of stuff. That's what I'm listening for.
Yep, I hear you.
I don't always listen to it word for word.
It just sounded great.
Yeah.
You know, from an audio editor.
I edit
I don't
audio,
really
but
listen.
I don't really listen.
Dave Thompson, there's great conversations, and we won't have time to read it all, but Dave Thompson says if I buy the bike on day one, but they hold 60 the bike until 90 days. They're chatting, so I don't have the whole conversation, but good conversations in there. Rick Kemner says most Steeler ships will warranty their workmanship for period of parts warranty. So yeah, most of them probably will.
He's saying it's your home dealership probably will, but you're out on the road, you may not get that same service somewhere else.
Right. Yep. Good point. All right. Let's move on because we still have a lot to cover. And thank you for the wonderful conversations going on in the chat there. That's what we love about the live chat. You guys have conversations and get a lot of stuff covered in there. So, all right, here. This is an interesting. So, I don't even think. Yeah. Nope. We already covered that. All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of voiding the warranty. Who wants to cover this? Anybody well versed on this? Since in bold it said do your
I mean,
research before the.
I only had a couple days and I work full time, so I did some research, but not a lot.
Yeah, I work full time too, Lurch.
Well, you're nuts. You don't sleep at all. Well, you're talking about in here, what we're about to discuss is the dealerships plugging into your bike through the ECM with their Digital Technician 2 software. Mm-hmm. So if a dealership plugs into your bike with the Digital Tech 2 and sees anything in the ECM changed, it auto detects and immediately sends to the company-wide Harley database, and nothing can be done about it. So what you're saying is they plug in with their digital tech and there's some change in the system.
For whatever reason, they have to plug in.
Right. That information gets sent out to all the dealerships, and so it goes right to the mothership, and you can go be at your home dealership or you can be on the road. It doesn't matter. They'll have that information in their system.
Correct.
What the current map is.
Your ECM, your engine control module. That's the brains of your bike. Yeah, well said, Lurch.
So how do we get around that?
Well, Number one, I want to tell you this, not necessarily just getting around it, but that is their proprietary software, and obviously it's on their servers. This has been a change with the Milwaukee-Eight specifically, and it's going to continue this way, guys, with that ECM. And so,
do you think it has to do with that motor, or is just coincidence? It's timing. You know, were they moving that direction anyways, or do you think it had to do with the new motor?
No, it has to do with some, and I will give them a little out, which we'll get to after this, is EPA and some pressure.
They've been having some pressure.
But I also think it's being abused. Again, I don't want to give my opinions yet.
You're going to talk about the Harley race tuner?
We'll talk about all that.
Okay.
We'll talk about EPA. I just want to get through this, what voids your warranty.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about that. So this is what I would say. If you're going to take your bike in, you really need to be specific. Once it's in there, you're done. There's nothing your local dealership can do to pull that back. And so your smart local dealerships, and you need to have a talk with if you need to take your bike in, if a lab video can't cover it, or it is some warranty item that you bought a warranty and you want it done, and you have done something aftermarket. I could go a couple different ways. First of all, let's talk about aftermarket. Okay. Digital Technician 2 is not going to read that you have aftermarket slip-on mufflers.
No.
Or aftermarket headers. Or a new air intake. It doesn't read that because that's not a change to your engine. It's not a change to your ECM.
Yeah.
What it will read is if you hook up after you put your pipes and your stage 1 intake, it's going to read that you put a fuel pack 3, as an example, electronic fuel injection tuner, which we love and sell in our store. That's what it's going to read, because that's an actual change to your ECM. All right. So those are the things you have to be aware of. Now, there are dealerships, they still have leadway, because technically, under the terms, if you put new exhaust pipes or headers or a or a Harley intake, that's a modification to your bike that wasn't HD parts. They could look at it and go, nope, sorry. Even though your ECM reads fine, they could say, no, we see aftermarket parts on it. We're not covering you. That would be a shitty dealership, and I would find another one, because they still have leadway when it comes to that. The thing they can't change is the ECM plug. All right.
As soon as they plug it in.
Done. Upload.
Like virginity. One little prick, it's gone.
Very, very well said.
And you should know all about little pricks, my friend, right?
One for you, dude. One
Scott's
for
an
you.
expert on little pricks.
Once you pop it, it's done, dude. Once you pop it, it's done.
Once
all right.
they plug it in.
This is getting ridiculous, dude. Getting ridiculous. Okay. So I digress. So yeah, back to ECM and all that. So here's the deal. I would have a serious conversation with if you're taking it in for that warranty work or whatever. And here's the conversation you need to have. I would tell the service writer, mechanic, are you plugging my bike? If you have done an EFI tune, or you've had some other let's just talk EFI tuner. That's going to be the biggest.
That's
deal.
The most common, I think.
That's going to be.
That they're going to void it for. So have them talk with them and say, the work you're doing, are you going to plug my bike into Digital Technician 2? And if they say no, you might want to get that in writing or have it recorded or something. I would make sure and tell them, you do not plug my bike into Digital Tech unless you call me, because you know it's going to pop something.
Let me ask you something while we're on this topic. If you have had to have your boombox reflashed and they're plugging, I know they use Digital Tech for that, correct?
Everything. Yep. Flashing your boombox, your ECM. Yep. It's a good point.
Because I've had mine plugged in to have the WIM done. I've had mine to do.
No, that's not going to. Yeah, that brings up two different points that I'm not sure which way you're going with that. But
my question is, if you get it plugged in for any boombox related issues, is that going to read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it going to read the fuel tuner?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a good point Lurch brings up, and I'm glad he did. So yeah, if you go, I did some recent videos to have your boombox flashed to accept, even though you don't have a WIM, watch YouTube channel. This, you can get Apple CarPlay to work. I did a bunch of Apple CarPlay videos and stuff like that on the YouTube channel, WIM related. So yes, if you go in or you put an aftermarket stereo system and you need to go have it flashed for, the speaker system, every time you plug in to that port behind the left side panel,
It's reading
that's
everything.
digital
isn't
tech. It can't help it. And there's nothing they can do. So yeah, ask them back to that. Ask them, are you going to plug it in? If they aren't, then you're golden. All right. If they are, you need to make a decision on whether you're going to go do that work yourself or whether you're just going to have your warranty voided. All right. So that's one of the bad things. I keep bouncing this table and I'm sorry, guys. That's one of the bad things that is going on, in my opinion. Now, if you use a Screamin Eagle tuner HD and you have them install it, of course, it doesn't void your warranty because it's Harley and they sold it to you with the Harley tax and it's their technicians getting more money to work on it. I'm telling you right now, the Screamin Eagle tuner, the FP3 is as good, if not better. And it's, I want to be careful in my opinions. It's a little early. We'll talk about, it's a little early. All right. So good. Thanks for calling me. I can get off track. Here's a workaround. You're hearing it here. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you that it's at your own risk. If you use a fuel pack 3 from our store, all right, it could be from anywhere. It doesn't have to be from our store, but let's just say you bought it from our store. Okay. That's what I meant.
Well, that's where you should buy it.
Right. That's where you should buy it. When you do the fuel pack 3, you'll see on my video that I did on it on the YouTube channel, you have the ability to save your original map. So you take your bike stock, you throw pipes on it, you throw an intake on it, and then you flash it. Well, the first thing you do is save your original map so that no matter what auto tune you do, if you don't like it, you can revert, or if you take the pipes and put stock stuff back on, you can revert to the original map. All right. So I think some of you are already going ding, 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 light bulb. So before you take your bike into the dealership, if they are going to plug it in, that's why you might want to ask them. You just take your FP3 and you reflash to your original map. You pop the FP3 off your bike and you take it to the dealership and go work on my bike. They plug it in. And that's the thing about digital tech and the ECM. It doesn't show a history. It only shows what's current. So if you have a changed map in there, but if it shows that it's the original map that came with the bike, then Digital Tech 2 doesn't read it. Again, this is at your own risk. Will there be a way in the future for them to figure that out? I don't know. So that's at your risk. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you that is a fact right now. So you could flash back. Power Commanders do that too. You can save your original map. So there's some different tuners that do that. And then it would show no change and thus your warranty would not be voided. So FYI on that. Hopefully that's a handy little tip for you. If you did buy a warranty and you put an FP3 and go, oh crap,
so that's
I'm screwed.
Way I can keep the virginity.
Yes, you can get your virginity back that way, Scott.
Wow.
It's almost like, yeah.
The bummer that I did not know that information a while ago, and I've had my bike in a couple times. They plugged in for the stage 2 boom, and they plugged in for the WIM, so my information's already in their system, I suppose.
And see, dealerships didn't even know a lot of that at first when they started plugging boom boxes in. Now, like my dealership's really good about it. Like, hey, we got to plug. It wasn't my bike.
Yeah.
We got to plug this in to another bike that we had here for the GTS video. Just because I was flashing it for the WIM, and they asked, and so I asked him, nope, just put slip-ons on. I go, go ahead and plug it in. Because it could have voided a warranty.
Right.
And they were really good about it. Like, we're going to plug this bike in, Ryan. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks for the reminder.
Let me make a call real quick.
Let me make some calls. We may have to flash this back to stock map real quick outside your door of your dealership because they would let me and then I would just move it in.
Potentially, my extended warranty could be screwed then because I've had mine plugged in a couple times. Yeah.
And they wouldn't even tell you. They don't even know half the time. It doesn't like go whoop, 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 warranty void, warranty void. It's just in the history. And because they weren't doing any other work on your bike, they didn't even do the printout. But if they are going to do warranty work,
just to clean that up, when you say history, you mean in the digital tech that they've read it, it was in there. Yeah.
So they would never look at it unless you went in to get warranty work done. And they go, oh, back on this date, you flashed it. You had an ECM mod. It was voided then.
So far, so good.
I don't think they're going to tell guys on purpose until they have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're not going to tell them, oops, I think his warranty is voided. But they're getting attuned to it now, so they are. Your good dealerships are going to talk about that. Hopefully is that information useful to you guys out there? A lot of stuff you didn't know. I did a ton of, like Lert said, I don't sleep, so I laid awake and then I went in the next day and I have some email contacts and different things and really, really wanted to get down and dirty with this. So go ahead.
Have we heard of anybody having that happen yet?
Well, it just happened to him.
I mean, well,
he doesn't have warranty. Oh yeah,
told that
people in the community. That's why all this came up.
Yeah,
a lot of guys are going.
Don't know anybody that's.
It started getting real prevalent, and so we started getting a lot of Facebook stuff and people emailing us and saying, "Hey, they're really getting strict on this stuff," and my warranty got voided again. When we originally did this, when the Milwaukee-Eight came out, dealerships, I asked them all the same question, and they were completely confused.
Here's a good question.
Yep.
Chris Rock, the other Chris Rock, he says, does this have an effect on recall repairs? I don't think that it does.
No, recalls is a recall.
Recall's recall. You're good
question.
there.
They're covered. They're going to cover you. Yeah, because it's a recall, especially if it was a recall on. Again, I don't know that for a fact.
It makes sense that they would make the recall repair regardless of what's been done to it.
But we can't guarantee that because different dealerships can do. Again, they do have some leeway.
I'd be shocked if they did.
Liability.
If they make it, that's a liability thing. I can't imagine.
Right.
They got a notice out there that says
like a brake line leaking.
Yes.
Or oil cooler lines. Remember that recall?
Yeah. I would be shocked if that has any effect on.
I agree.
Recall stuff just because the liability there if they don't change that out.
Correct. Because it can be proven that the oil line had nothing to do with the exhaust pipe you put on. Yeah, I agree. Damn good question though.
There's a few
it is one of the ones I didn't ask. So there you go. Yeah.
There's a few folks in here saying that they have heard that even if you flash it back, there's still traces of in the ECM or there's a history. You talk directly to
if there is, and that's why I'm telling you guys, do it at your own risk. I was told by 2 different service writers from 2 different sources.
Right.
That's not the case. I could be wrong.
And these are HD service writers.
Can somebody, one of you guys who's saying that, can you please go test it and report back to us, please? And because
this is just some of the information that's out there. That's what these guys are hearing. But you talked to a couple of HD service writers who said we can just tell what's in there currently.
And they were they were like, we can't see that. It doesn't see that.
And you've known them for a long time. And
one of them I have. One of them is, I won't say who it is publicly because he gives me a lot of inside information.
Yeah.
They said you can't. Again, it's at your own risk. And if you try it and it fails, please do report back to us because that's information that we would need to get back out to the community.
Things change. I'm sure they'll find a way to
possibly
dig back into that.
Possibly.
Be surprised.
Yep. They don't. They would love to, So again, at your own risk. I don't care anymore because I don't have a warranty on my bike. We'll get into that. Mine's gone. It was gone last year, I believe. But yeah. So this is going to make a big...
After the summer ride.
What's that?
I said it was after the summer ride.
Oh, you're right. It was because that was the very end of it because I did use that extended.
You
did. Did you on the shifter spline?
Yep.
Yeah, on the shifter spline. Yeah. So this will go into, this is going to weigh heavily, which we'll get into, and then we'll wrap it up into what you're going to do in the future. Yes. You don't have to raise your hand.
Well, I'm just trying to get your attention.
I appreciate it.
Really, all we're talking about
special.
When you're talking about the extended warranty, you're just talking about the motors specifically when you're talking about the ECM, right? Like a shifter spline. If a shifter spline goes out, they're not going to void your warranty because you had an FP3 on it. Do you think? I mean, you're going to completely not warranty anything on the whole damn bike.
That's where it comes up to dealership discretion.
Yeah, because
if I went into my dealership,
they can say, "Man, you put a FP3 on here."
Correct. But if they have to plug your bike in for whatever reason, Matt, and it shows,
you don't need to plug my bike in to see that the shifter spline's broken.
I digress to my prior comment. It depends on dealership to dealership, and you better be communicating.
It's kind of a wishy-washy answer, but it's the truth.
It's not.
It's the truth
because there's shit dealerships out there
that
are looking for any reason not to work and cover your shit. My dealership absolutely would cover
it. That comes down to money because they're only getting a certain amount of per hour wage.
Correct.
Well, there's certain things you just do to keep a customer as well.
Correct.
We talked about that earlier today. I mean,
which is what our dealership does.
Yeah. They're good.
They would never look at your bike and go, "Oh, you have Vance and Hines pipe and Vance and Hines stage 1 intake.
We're voiding your warranty. We're not replacing your."
So they still,
now, if it was internal engine stuff, I could see a dealership maybe saying, "Hey, man, you put us aftermarket stuff on, it's running too hot. It's your problem."
Correct.
But when you're talking about stuff that's not even engine related,
I agree.
Makes no sense to avoid your warranty.
There are dealerships, and we've had emails of it. They don't even plug it in and look at it. And because they put aftermarket, not Screamin Eagle mufflers, they say, "We can't cover your bike anymore." And they never even plugged it in just because they visually saw after. So talk with your dealerships.
Yeah, get to know your dealership before you buy from them.
And if not, don't give them a dime and walk.
Go to the next city.
Yep, go to the next city. Walk from them, man, because that's just bad business. Bad business. So. Good questions though, Lurch, and I'm glad I wasn't trying to walk on you, but you see what I'm saying. That and your point was well taken. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is Yeah, there are dealerships that are doing that. And so I would be very careful. I think a majority of them are not, doing that wouldn't cover shifter splines on a warranty, but they are going to run your VIN for warranty work no matter what. So I can't tell you for sure. I can't tell you sure. You're risking it, which again may be why you might want to consider a warranty in the future. You might want to consider whether you're going to drop coin to this company and then give them more money. All right, let's finish. Let's talk. Let's
don't be giving us your opinion.
We're getting there. We're actually getting there.
Done it twice.
Yeah, I know, dude. I can't help it, man. I get ahead of myself. What happened here, dude? Oh my God, let's make sure we're covering everything. I'm just going through my notes here, guys. We got any conversation going on there, Lurch?
Oh, lots of it. But when I see something that I think is worth bringing up, I have. So we're good.
Okay, very good.
A lot of good warranty talk and a lot of stuff about different dealerships and whatnot and experiences that everyone's had.
Right. All right, guys. And here's the interesting thing. Something completely happened here, dude. Because look at this. Where is it, dude?
I don't know.
It
You're the one that put the show together.
Well, I know, but I've never had that happen before. So
it's a little cut and paste. Is it completely gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
There's
There
that.
you go.
No.
Oh, the mid-roll's gone.
Even the old one, dude.
That's weird.
So yeah, let me do this real quick.
Can you go to old show notes? Do you have any old show notes anywhere? Or you keep it somewhere else?
Let me look.
Well, while you're looking for that.
Oh, there it is. I just put it in a different spot. I don't know how that got down there.
Oh, okay.
Gonna have to fix that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, we'll get to it. Sorry, any comments going on there, though, that we need to address right away? I appreciate the chat in here. It's been great.
Hey Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the Honda Goldwing called Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and chrome products. Zero/Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus, plug and play systems compatibility. Head on over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of 03D products.
There you go. And we are selling a lot of, we got a lot of the Goldwing stuff in there, and we got a lot of Goldwingers coming over. We know we have listeners that are Goldwingers. We want to get our hands on some and do some videos on those too. But we are selling a bunch of those Gold Strike products. So definitely Ciro ramping it up. And they're also making some new things. I'm changing this commercial a little bit because I want to tell you guys about some new stuff. And they're called the, Big Daddy just told me too. And I was like, dude, that is a badass name for a product. And God, off the top of my hand, that's new bag lights. Let's see if we can find it here real quick. Something you guys you'll be interested in these, Lurch.
I just put the bag blades on.
If Big Daddy's still in there, what was that? I'll try to find it. I don't.
I'll look.
Yeah, it's there.
What was it, Big Daddy?
Yeah, what was it? It was under bag. It was some under bag lights extensions, and they had a really badass name. Yeah, the Machete. See, Big Daddy's in there. So yeah, these
Machete. What's that?
He did. He goes, "Hey, dude."
No, I gotta Google that.
Yeah, we're stocking Machete lights. I'm like, dude. I thought he mistyped because it's a new product from them, and I'm like, dude. Whatever that is, it sounds badass. What is that? And I thought he was going to come back and go, I didn't mean Machete. I meant something else. But here you go. Machete extended bag LED lights. Now, these are for only 2015 and up CVO Street Glide, and then 2017 up, models.
All the extended bags.
2018 because of the new bag style. And they're really cool.
That's slick.
Yeah. They're extended bag LED lights are functions and style in one stealthy package. They feature a smoked, shatterproof polycarbonate lens with built-in optics to create an eye-catching bar of light below your saddlebags. These lights are designed with aggressive riding in mind, and the low-profile housing maintains plenty of ground clearance while cornering. And I know Big Daddy brought those to the store. So that's an exciting new product. So there you go. We like to change up the Ciro 3D mid-roll anyways. All right, so let's move on, and we're going to wrap this up. And we'll do a round table and kind of some things. So here's the deal. You'll hear a lot of dealerships talk about this, and even online in some YouTube channels, and they'll immediately start out by saying that this is all EPA driven, okay? That the EPA is the reason that they have to do Screamin Eagle, and they have to have Harley mechanics work on the bikes only, and they have to void warranties because of the EPA. So here's the deal. In my humble opinion, based on a lot of research, and it is some of my opinion, disagree with me if you want in the chat, of course, or conversation. I agree that the EPA has been hitting Harley hard over the last 2 years. It is something to contend with. And unfortunately, they're hitting Harley the hardest, and they're not picking on some of the other bike manufacturers because Harley is the leader. They always go after the big dogs, right? The government goes after the big dogs because they make an example out of the big dog and say, see what we did to Harley? You better fix your shit, and everybody gets scared, right? They have been picking on Harley bad, which is why Harley had to pull all the old Screamin Eagle tuners. They had to make this new version, which can't manipulate as much. It has to stay within EPA standards, all that kind of stuff. So Harley had to make a lot of changes. So they do watch them, and they do watch what they're doing in their facilities as far as aftermarket parts, and all that kind of stuff, which is why it's just better to do it yourself because the EPA doesn't touch us really. Unless, of course, we can talk about if you have smog emissions testing in your city. That's why I live in the country and don't live in the big city. But you can take all that into account. So Harley has been hit hard, and they absolutely had to do some stuff. I don't blame them that they had to make some changes. But my opinion on it is they took it way too far. So Harley, in my opinion, jumped on it. They're like, we can justify this because everybody knows the EPA is all over us. So now we almost have a cop-out. And I agree they had to do some things, okay? So don't get me wrong. I want to make sure that point's clear. But I think they overdid it. And they said, okay, since we have to do that, let's also require them to have the work done at our dealership. And that's also, because to me, a stage 4 kit, that's a big engine mod upgrade, okay? That can change a lot of stuff. Putting pipes on and an intake and voiding a warranty for that when it doesn't change the bike, as far as it's not going to burn the bike up. A stage 4 kit will, if it's done improperly. Does that make sense? So I think Harley going, we're going to plug it in and a thing. And if it's any EFI tuner, even though it's an FP3, which does nothing different,
any EFI tuner other than ours.
Correct.
That's the key.
That's the key. And they jumped on that. And now some dealerships, of course, are taking it to, if it's pipes and if it's intake and an air intake, that's a huge hurdle to cross to go, we're going to void your warranty for that kind of stuff. Or for one FP3, an auto-tune map. Are you serious? An auto-tune map. There's been nothing but an FP3 plugged in. It's the same thing that they're doing with their stupid SE Screamin Eagle tuner, which I would never pay money for. They're putting a CAN map in it, and then they're auto-tuning it. So I believe that Harley jumped on it and went, okay, we are screwed a little bit here. We need to make some changes. But hey,
in the meantime,
we can do the 60-day thing.
We can make some more money.
Right. We can only tell them that they have to have our products, and we have to have our dealers do it. And if they do it within the 60 days, and I just think that the pendulum went here, and it should have stopped here, and it went way over here. And to me, it's Harley doing a lot of things that they've recently been doing that just isn't good to the customer. So I hope that made sense somewhat. The pipes and the air intake and all that kind of stuff, come on. A stage 4 is a big deal, right? A stage 4 kit is a big deal. And I get that.
But if you buy it from them and have them install it, they'll warranty it.
Correct. Right.
But you're right. It has a lot.
And I'm okay with the warranty if it's their work.
What you're saying, though,
I get that they want to do the work if they're going to warranty. I'm cool with that. I don't agree with them voiding the warranty for putting slip-on mufflers on.
A stage 4 is much more aggressive and has a bigger chance of damaging a motor than putting some slip-ons on.
Correct. And it's their brand and their name, and they're already overpriced parts. That's good. Where and the EFI tuner.
They're good at scaring the shit out of you and telling you they're going to avoid the warranty and get them to buy your parts, and they sell you a $300 freaking oil change. I mean, they're really good at scaring people. And how many people out here don't even know what we're talking about right now? Like you went in, your warranty's voided. They just got $1,500 from you. Okay, more than that because I bought the 5-year.
Correct.
So it's like more like $2,600.
And their customers don't know this. And you can fall back and go, well, your customers should have read it. This should be very blatant stuff on their wall, and they're still going to sell people these warranties, and then all of these warranties are going to get voided, and they're not going to tell people when they plug it in to do a boombox flash. You're only going to find out about it when you go back to the dealership to get warranty work, and they go, oh, well, on 5/13 of 2018, you had we showed that you had an ECM change and your warranty was, see what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
So they're making mass money off these warranties that they can't on. So I think they just took it too far.
Well,
go ahead.
Bob Dawson says it the best. It all comes down to the bottom dollar.
Yep.
Bike sales are down, so they're going to find that money somewhere.
Exactly. And it's pissing customers off. And this is one thing that's pissing a lot of customers off. So give me did that make sense or was that muddy?
No,
give me your guys' thoughts on this. I could be full of shit.
Here's my thoughts on warranties in general. I don't buy them on anything else, to be honest with you. You buy a TV or you buy a weed eater. They're always trying to sell you a 2-4 year warranty for a few bucks. I don't buy it on anything else. So why do I buy it on a car? You buy it on a car or a bike because of the amount of money it is. It's a big chunk of change. And the salesmen are good at selling you that warranty because it's only $5 a month for, a payment. So that's a very little bit amount. And they tell you, if you have to replace the ECM, that's $5,000 right there. They're really good at selling you that warranty. And I've got to the point where I don't buy it on anything else. And I'm getting to the point where I think I bought it on this last bike, honestly, because I got the sales job. He started talking about the warranty and I went, I don't know if I want that. I've bought it on my last bikes and never used it. It was just a waste of money. And then they discounted a little bit. Well, I can give it to you for this price. So they take a few $100 off the price of the warranty. And then they talk about, well, it covers your tires, it covers everything. You get a flat, come in, we'll give you a new tire. And, if you have to replace your ECM, that's $5,000 right there. So, this $1,500 warranty it's basically paying for itself, And at the time, you're so excited to get that new bike.
I think
you're already making that payment, that little extra for a warranty. You're like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. It gives you a little peace of mind at the time. I don't think I'm doing it from now on, to be honest with you, because stuff today is made so well.
I've never used. I've used my warranty once on my Harley. I've had it on my last two Harleys. I've used it once for shifter spline.
And how much would that have cost? Just
$200 $100. And I've spent how many $1,000 in warranties over the years, and they all expire. Like we said up front, they ain't losing money on warranties, folks.
They wouldn't sell them.
They know their bikes are solid. They are, and we'll give Harley props. Their bikes are freaking solid. They've been doing a long, long time, and you just don't see a ton of that kind of problems. And a lot of the problems you do see are recalls, anyways. Like the clutch master. Right. So they're all recalls anyways. That has nothing to do with your warranty. It's a recall. So I'm thinking of warranty. I used a shifter spline warranty. That's it. One time in however many years of riding Harleys, an actual extended warranty.
Last 3 bikes that I bought the warranty
I'd like to save all that other money. Yeah, you too.
Never used them.
See? Yeah. Scooter, give us your round table of what you think about this mess. Well, if you had it to do over, you just bought a bike last year, knowing what you know right now.
I wouldn't have done it.
Yep. So it's an honest answer.
2-year manufacturer warranty and been done.
Right. Yep.
That's all I would have done. I think I got took, but.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us did. I'm just saying I bought them up till this point.
Yeah.
But again, without going down a rabbit hole, pre-Milwaukee-Eight, it was not like this. Okay. Because I've had warranty work done on my bike and it has been plugged in my 2014 and they didn't void anything and it has all kinds of ECM changes. This is strictly.
Well, your 14, you didn't have to do anything to it, right?
What's up?
You didn't have any warranty work.
I did. I had the splines replaced. Yeah. And technically, it's been plugged in multiple times to Digital Technician 2. And so that dealership that did the spline work would have had to check the VIN to do warranty work, and it would have come up void warranty. Does that make sense? And it never did because they weren't doing that pre-Milwaukee-Eight. So a lot of reason people don't want a Milwaukee-Eight. It's even in the chat. Bob Dawson says, just say no to extended warranty. I agree. You have something, Matt?
Yeah, John, I hope I say this right, John. Manolides, Manolides, M-A-N-O-L-I-D-E-S.
Mm-hmm.
John says, buy used, join lab, and ride it like you stole it.
Yeah, buddy. Nice.
That's a clap. Yeah, there you go.
We'll do that for sure. So my opinion is, from here on out, I'm not planning on getting a new bike. I just was in chat. I love my 2014 103. It's paid for. It runs. I love it. I just can't see upgrading to the Milwaukee-Eight for any time soon. And when I do, at some point upgrade, if things stay the way they are, I'll never give Harley another dime on a warranty. I honestly think once this information gets out, I'm going to do a YouTube video on it too, that will really get everything, all the points in there, and get that video out. I really do. And that's not to get people to decide one way or the other. It's to educate so you can make
Put the information out there.
an educated decision. Again, there are circumstances, like if you're going to have the bike for 15 years and you're doing stage 4 upgrades and you're just tweaking the shit out of it, it may be a viable option for me and most bikers. I'll get my own bike, no warranty. I'll buy my own pipes, my own intake, and my own fuel pack 3. Some lab videos, like we say, put it on, do the tweaks, do the mods I want, and never have to worry about voiding my warranty and that whole mess. And I'm just tired of this kind of stuff from Harley. This kind of gouging, small. It seems small, it's big, but just it seems dirty, gouging the customer like that. And then, like you, they haven't even told you that your warranty is voided. And I guarantee if you go have them run your VIN, it is. Because it's been plugged in, and that's just the kind of stuff. And that's not necessarily all the dealership's fault because they weren't really educated on it at first. And it just feels dirty to me. It feels like dirty business.
Deniability.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, Joe Stahlbaum says Harley is going to hire a hitman to go after Ryan.
Oh, man. I think they already have. But the thing is, that's funny. I think also a lot of people buy Harleys because of the channel and stuff too. Because we do talk, it's a fun, and I agree. But we actually, we promote the hell out of Harleys. Look at all our videos and stuff we put on them, and people get excited about Harleys and put parts on. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. And that's something we were talking about earlier today, how this podcast and the YouTube channel we do is different. And it's not putting down the other ones. Some of them, there are a lot of dealership channels. We're one of the only channels that's been mentioned in the Facebook too, private Facebook group. We're one of the only channels that can be 100% honest. I will praise Harley for the beautiful bikes they make, and they do. We already said you don't really need a warranty on because they're awesome. But I also turn around and go, I don't agree with what they're doing. We're one of the only independent channels that will talk shit about Harley, but I'll praise them every day too for the good stuff they do. And I think that's good to hold a company like that accountable. As far as that goes, is that a fair statement that we're very independent compared to a lot of channels?
Fair. I love
to be fair.
I love Harleys. I love my bike, but there's some things they do that pisses me off.
Yep.
And we're independent and we're fair, and we can say that.
And if we're
not sponsored by a dealership,
exactly,
so we can be honest,
right?
And I think people appreciate that.
Yep. Not sponsored. Don't own a dealership. Work for dealerships. We're just bikers trying to figure this shit out. And I will tell you guys from the information I just gave you, that's a lot of research I did. But I wanted to get it right. And if you guys have, whether you're listening in podcast format later, other bikers, and you hear it, conversations about warranties, this is going to be an evergreen episode. It won't be out to the regular audience for a month and a half or so. But when it comes out, refer them to it. I think, and I'll do the YouTube video. Hopefully it'll be out in the next week or two, and refer them to that, either one, so they can really be educated and make a decision. Because I hate guys throwing their money away and not really knowing. I've never went into those buying a bike. I'll be the first to tell you that I really knew anything about the warranty too much. Like Lert says, I was just kind of excited to get the bike, and they breeze over it for a reason. Oh, you're covered for 3 years, extended service plan, and you're just like, oh, that sounds great.
It's $3.50
unless you say no.
How much does my payment go up? And you're like, okay.
$3. Okay.
So I've been duped, but again, it was different on the older models. So it was a lot more of a viable option on pre-Milwaukee-Eights. Maybe still not worth it, but it was a more acceptable option.
Yeah, we're getting to a point where these things are good. They're built well. There's not a lot of problems with them. But if you're a first-time Harley owner, it's going to be a lot easier for them, I think, to sell you a warranty.
Right.
Because they're going to give you the sales pitch, and you're going to buy it.
Especially if you don't know you can work on it yourself.
Yeah.
If they haven't found lab yet. Right.
Hell, they got me on the third one. So next one, I'm not buying it.
Going to save some money. And then we're going to buy some other shit to put on.
Yeah, that's a lot
of parts that we can film and put on the YouTube channel. Yeah. No doubt. I want to end, and then if there's any final comments, and make sure you scour the comments there just a little bit. The last thing I'll say is that for you, this is also something that I started thinking about. So if you're going to buy a bike at a dealership, and I even talked to the service writer on this because he was like, that's a good idea. I go, so if you're going to buy a bike at a dealership, or you're going to buy an used bike, we all know that the Harley warranties are transferable. So if Lert sold me his bike, I'm not going to buy his bike now because his fucking warranty's voided. But just teasing. That's my point.
Because you put an FP3 on it.
Dude, no, yeah, well, you
So
know,
it's your fault.
might be, likely is my fault. But if you're buying an used bike, I would actually, if you're worried about the transferable warranty, if the guy's selling it to you and he says, hey, I've only had it a year, I've still got 4 years left, I would say that's great. Let's take your bike to a dealership and plug it into digital tech. I would set an appointment.
Make sure it's not voided, eh? That's a
Pull
good
it,
idea.
Yep. And make sure it's voided. My dealer was like, that's a fucking good idea. I never thought of that. You know, and if you're buying a bike at the dealership, even though it's a used bike and it's at the dealership, I would find out what kind of warranty comes with, and I would get a printout from Digital Tech 2 that says there hasn't been anything done, so just to make sure that warranty is going to be transferred. They should take care of that, but again, what we're seeing with dealerships, not always the case. So I would just make sure, say, that's fine, I'll buy that bike from you. I want a printout that says it's been, you know, have them plug it into Digital Tech 2 that says the ECM's good and that the warranty's good. And just so you have, that way if you come back in 2 years and you need warranty work, just a little advice and word to everybody out there. So, all right. Anything else we need to talk about, Lurch, in the comments? Scooter? Nope. Scooter, you didn't jump in very much.
Greg, my bike's a
Waiting
15.
for you. What's that?
Greg was asking what year my bike is. It's a 2015.
Yeah. Anything else? Any last thoughts? And then we're going to wrap it up.
Well, I'll have another Harley, I'm sure, and I'm not going to get the extended warranty.
Yep. Don't you wish you could get it back? By the way, somebody asked that. They're like, they said, well, once it's voided, will they give you your warranty money back? I'm like, negative.
No, negative, Ghost Rider. I'm sure that's probably
Pattern is
somewhere
full.
in that extended warranty contract that you signed. In those
Greg
millions
said,
of
Lurch,
words.
isn't yours a 16?
I already answered that.
Oh, no.
Oh, 2015.
Don't
He got it the first year. They quit making the Road Glide in 14, and the very next year in 15, when it came back with a new shark nose badass look, Lurch was all in. So he bought a 15.
Hey, we got to play something for Chris Rock.
We need to hear Scooter Forever. Oh, God, dude. Should we do it before we take it out here?
You look that up.
Let me see if I can. I forgot that was the
I'm
song.
debating whether or
dude.
not to even bring this up because I don't know if it could take us on another rabbit trail. But
Well, we got final comments. That's fine.
final comments or questions, and maybe somebody in the private chat can tell us. Are there other companies that you can buy extended warranties through for Harleys other than
I don't
Harley-Davidson?
know. I don't have a clue. Good question.
I'm Googling it as we speak, but I don't see anything. Everything I look up just takes you to the extended service contract. Because there, when it comes to automobiles, there are other companies out there that you can buy extended warranties for.
Right.
Your car. Used cars in particular.
Is this it?
No, it was the Scooter Forever song. You got to actually find, this is the band Scooter, and the song, there's a song with Scooter Forever.
Right here. No, that's
I
not
don't
it.
think that was it. It was horrible. That's all I know.
BDK's got some new one on there, he says.
What's that?
Look up the Scooter song for kids on YouTube.
Oh,
from The
geez.
Wiz.
Oh, geez, dude.
The Wiz.
BDK.
I don't know. We may not be able to find it.
Maybe we
I
played
typed it in.
Maybe when we played it was such a horrible song that they just were embarrassed and they took it
Album
down.
songs. Look it.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't see it either.
It wasn't that first one because you already played that, right?
Well, I hit play on it just a second
Look for
ago.
the band Scooter. I remember it was the band.
The band Scooter.
Just put Scooter in there.
I did.
Get rid of Forever. Just put Scooter. Hit the old search button there and look for not album. Okay, top. See that top left there?
Right here?
Yeah, check those
Oh.
dudes.
Billy Idol.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
it
Billy Idol looking
was.
dude, remember?
Billy.
And then
Oh,
they-
yeah, it's coming back
Now
to me.
look at their top. Now look through their songs. They had a song called Scooter Forever.
It's latest
See,
release.
It's an older one.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does look like
his,
a Billy
doesn't he?
Idol. Yeah, he does, dude. Where's just
Where's
damn
their
songs?
Where's their
Right-
songs?
right there.
See
Top
all.
songs.
There,
See
hit
all.
see all.
All right.
And then we got to find Scooter Forever.
This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
maybe it wasn't them. Maybe it was actually a song. Ah, shit, I don't remember.
All right, we don't remember. We got to take this
It was
thing
a
out.
horrible song.
It was a horrible song.
Sorry, Chris. Can't find it.
Sorry. We failed. Oh, that was Browse. We want to do radio. Maybe that's it. We'll try one more time, then we're taking it out.
Try Scooter Forever.
Oh, it's Browse. Yeah, I did.
I got it on my phone.
Is it that band?
No.
Hold on, let me check my phone.
I can't. You have it on your phone?
Yeah, I
You
do.
downloaded it? You liked it so much?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Hit Scooter Forever and go to songs.
I did.
Do it again.
Yeah, Scooter Forever. The one you started playing earlier.
It was?
Right there.
Oh, it was, Lurch. You told me
Was
that's
it that
not
one?
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez, it was a first top result, dude. First top result.
Yeah, that's it.
See, it was it, Lurch. I had it.
Lurch.
I don't believe so. Oh, it is.
That's
Maybe.
it, dude.
It is. Because remember we talked about doing away with the first part when it picks up.
Nice, dude. All right, we gotta take
Rabbit
this
hole.
damn thing out of here, dude. We do want to thank. Why don't we do this real quick, and then we do want to thank these people. Of course, we appreciate our patrons. We want you to become a patron. We want you part of the private Facebook group. We want to. Never balk at a flat donation if that's how you want to support us. Lenora Benikin, Hill Hampton, Billy Watson, Juanita Avila, Chris Weiss, and Carlton McCarthy all decided to head over to lawabidingbiker.com/donate. They decided to hook us up with that flat donation. Helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
So we can keep this bitch rolling on down the road.
Oh my God. All right, live audience, thank you. And if you're listening in podcast format later, I really hope this is kind of going to be an evergreen episode. It was one of the more difficult ones to prep for, but I hope it was useful. I wish I'd have had this. Scooter wishes he would have had this podcast before he bought his bike.
God
he would be
damn it.
He would be $1,500 richer.
I'd have
He'd already
that
have a
J&M stereo set.
Well,
Yeah.
the good thing about the J&M is you won't have to plug into Flash.
All right. No. you
I
don't
wish
have
I
to.
would have had this information before I took mine down to Flash at 4.
Is that the case
boom.
with the current J&Ms, though? That was when mine did. Has that changed?
We don't know, I guess, on the new bikes. But what I'm
Right.
saying is I wish I had this information before my bike was ever plugged in, just to make sure that I could have flashed back to the original map and hopefully maintained my warranty.
Yeah.
But again, I haven't had a problem
Don't
with
know
it.
yet.
Knock on wood. I think it's going to be fine. And probably just a waste of money.
Likely. Scooter is going to get a, you guys already know we have my long-standing video on the J&M Rocker XX Extreme front amp and speaker system. We just were talking at dinner tonight, and Scooter's going to get the new J&M Rocker XX Extreme front amp and speaker system along with the additional rear
Lids.
speaker lid kit. So we've already had the front speaker system video, but now we're going to film that
back.
too. We're going to film the entire thing. But we'll have additional rear,
Coming up.
and I can't wait to hear it.
Me neither.
In person, it's going to be badass.
I don't want my warranty voided, so I'll stick with this.
All the girls are going to be dropping their panties for you. Just saying, a Harley. Pretty sure that's going to happen, dude. While you're asleep, dreaming about it.
Yeah.
Right, playing Scooter Forever on your new system, dude. Running down the road playing Scooter Forever. Extreme. Big Daddy Kane says, thanks, Big Daddy, for being in there, guys. If you have any store stuff or store needs, Big Daddy Kane is heading up the store and just running it like a machine down there, and he's got a bigger
Yes, he
facility.
is.
You got
Busting his home.
Scooter, I want to thank publicly. He was down there this Thursday. I took a day off. He took a vacation day. Big Daddy did too, and his Big Daddy's significant other, and Lurch didn't help with anything. But we all did it in Lurch's place, and
I was at my day job.
He was there in spirit.
I was at my day job.
I took a vacation day, Lurch.
Good for you.
So did I.
I didn't have an option that day.
I know, just messing with you, dude. Just messing with you, dude. I've been busting your balls
got
this
your
entire
back.
show. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
You keep it up, and I won't retire and come to work for you.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it, and hopefully there wasn't too many glitches with the new system. Went pretty smooth, I think.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what the audio sounds like and edit later on.
Yeah, let me know. I listened to
I
some
will.
back, and I know you will. Hopefully you'll listen to it.
Edit this.
Oh, jeez, dude. Really?
Whatever.
I know. Let's take it out of here, boys.